Alright, so you've heard the term virtualization, and it sounds like some high-tech wizardry, right? Well, it's simpler than you think. Imagine having one powerful computer, like a beefy server, and wanting to run multiple pretend computers on it at the same time. Each of these pretend PCs, or virtual machines, gets its own slice of the physical machine's power. Its own CPU cores its own RAM, its own storage, and runs its own operating system, completely separate from the others. This is super useful for everything from running a game server and a media server on the same box to letting entire companies run their digital infrastructure efficiently. It's like having a digital apartment building on a single plot of land. In the world of virtualization, two names constantly pop up in online forums, Reddit threads, and yes, even our own videos: VMware vSphere, Proxmox VE. These are the hypervisors, the managers that make all this virtual magic happen. Think of them as the operating system for your operating systems. On one side, you have vSphere, the undisputed heavyweight champion from VMware. It's the enterprise standard, the platform that powers a huge chunk of the corporate world, known for its rock-solid stability and a feature set so deep you could get lost in it for weeks. On the other side of the ring, we have Proxmox VE, the scrappy open-source contender that has been steadily gaining a massive following, especially in the home lab and small to medium business communities. So the big question for 2025 is, which one should you choose? Let's get right to the part everyone cares about most: the money. This is where vSphere and Proxmox couldn't be more different. Proxmox VE is, at its core, completely free. You can download the ISO and install it. Install on as many servers as you want, and use all features without paying a cent. Clustering, high availability, live migration, software-defined storage, networking. Now let's talk about VMware vSphere. This is where you need to get your wallet ready. VMware's licensing is notoriously complex and can be very, very expensive. Following Broadcom's acquisition, the model shifted to a subscription-based system, primarily licensed per core. The free version, EXE Free, has been discontinued, no longer a free entry point. vCenter for central management, vMotion for live migration, high availability, and the costs add up fast. If you're building a lab at home to learn and experiment, Proxmox is the obvious, and frankly only, financial choice. For a business, the calculation is more complex. You have to weigh the high upfront and ongoing subscription costs of vSphere against potential hidden costs of Proxmox, like needing more in-house Linux expertise, and the time spent managing a system that requires more hands-on attention. The vSphere license buys you not just software, but a whole ecosystem and a promise of stability backed by decades of corporate development. So, you've picked a platform and you're ready to install it. How easy is it to get up and running? For a complete beginner, Proxmox offers a surprisingly gentle introduction. The installation process is straightforward, feeling much like installing a standard Linux distribution. Once it's running, everything is managed through a single, comprehensive web interface. From this one dashboard, you can manage your storage, networking, backups, firewall, virtual machines, and containers. However, the Proxmox learning curve can get steep once you move beyond the basics. It's built on standard Linux components like KVM, ZFS, Ceph. Mastering the platform means you'll eventually need to be comfortable with the command line. VMware vSphere, by contrast, is incredibly robust, but not simple. vCenter Server is a beast with tons of options, menus, and submenus. For a beginner, the vSphere client can be intimidating. The platform separates functions into logical areas, and understanding vSwitches, data stores, cluster settings takes time and formal training. Many companies send staff to multi-day courses to learn vSphere fundamentals. Once you get the hang of it, vSphere is polished and logical. Its GUI is built to handle massive environments. Workflows are wizard-driven, guiding you through cluster setup and storage migration. After the initial climb, daily operations become routine and point-and-click. It's less about the command line and more about navigating a deep, powerful GUI. When your production server goes down at 3 a.m., who are you going to call? With a VMware vSphere subscription, you are paying for access to some of the best enterprise support in the industry. You get a direct line to experts who can help you troubleshoot and resolve complex issues, often with guaranteed response times. Proxmox support operates on a different model. The primary source of help is the massive and very active community. When it comes to scalability, growing your setup from a few servers to a whole data center, both platforms are incredibly capable. vSphere is the undisputed king of massive-scale enterprise deployments. It is engineered to manage clusters containing hundreds of hosts. Proxmox also scales very well, but with a more hands-on approach. You can create clusters of up to 32 nodes. Choose Proxmox VE if you are a home lab enthusiast, a startup, or a small to medium-sized business where budget is a major concern. It's also the perfect choice if you love open-source software, want to avoid vendor lock-in, and aren't afraid to get your hands dirty with the command line. Choose VMware vSphere if you are a large enterprise, have a substantial IT budget, and your top priorities are rock-solid stability, comprehensive enterprise support, and advanced automation features for managing a massive-scale environment.